So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I'm Frank Steede. I have a consultancy called the Steede Consultancy, and I'm on the advisory board for Hurricane. I've known Martin since my early days not the earliest days in the restaurant business, but since my country kitchen days, when I was trying to get him to put country kitchens into Holiday Inns. And so we stayed friends since the early 90s, and chatted and see him at conferences and stuff. And I saw him probably 3 or 4 years ago when he had first started with Hurricane, and we started talking about it, and he was mentioning what he was doing, and we'd see each other every time a restaurant leadership or something would come up. And Martin would tell me more, and then he came up with the idea of adding me to the advisory board and asked me to do it. I think how I help is with my background in franchising. I grew up, been in the restaurant industry forever. I started in Friday's #2 as a doorman in a part-time job, waiting to see what I wanted to do when I grow up, and when I grew up, and I found something better to do or could make more money, and evidently I hadn't found either one. I'm still here. With Fridays through the end of 1988, grew it from 2 to 135, doing a little bit of all the jobs in the business, but all on the ops side. Was EVP of all the company stores, and then we started focusing on franchising, ran franchise development and operations. That took me to Minneapolis, where I was meeting Martin with Country Kitchens and Country Inns, heavily franchised company. Did that for 5 years and got back to Texas as quickly as I could, and joined Bonanza and Ponderosa, again both very heavily franchised companies, and part of Metro Media, and then led the effort to take Bennigan's into franchising as VP of Franchise Development for all of Metro Media. Then ran Tony Roma's for 3 years, again heavily franchised company, and at the end of that decided that I wanted to change pace and not work for companies anymore, and started my consultancy with a focus on franchise, all things franchise development, franchise relationships, franchise strategy, whatever a company's not doing well that they think they need to do better in the way of franchising. If they're not hitting their growth goals, I work with them and try to help them. A bit of a different thing with Hurricane and sitting on a board versus doing a project or a consultancy, but it's a ton of fun for me. It's a great growing brand, which is what I really like. It's got a true point of difference with its great flavors and food and taste, and not just wings, which is what, when I first started talking to Martin, I thought it's just another, why are you working for this chicken wing thing? And found out that it truly is a great casual theme restaurant. And helping it grow over the next few years will be a ton of fun for me, and offering advice and solutions and things that I hear in the boardroom, or when Martin asks me to do specific things and working with folks.
Where do you think the brand is headed in the next 3 to 5 years?
To me, the sky's the limit for the brand and where it might go in the next 3 to 5 years. The growth goals that are stated, I think, are ambitious but doable, because the brand does have a point of difference. It's got a hook. It's got something that I think the prospective franchisees today are going to see and understand and go, that's different. It's not just another casual theme place with striped awnings outside, where I have to go outside and look back and see what color they are to know if I'm in a Fridays or a Chili's or an Applebee's or a Houlihan's. You've got a difference in food, you've got a difference in flavors, you've got a great look and feel with the Bahamian look, or the Margaritaville look, or however you want to tag it. It is that little vacation away from home for that hour that you're having a meal that's truly attractive to today's guest. And I think you're going to find prospective franchisees see that as a good point of difference for a reason to join, and then the economics of the units work, so they can actually make a good living while building a good business that can stay. So I think it's got a huge future that probably will meet or exceed those growth goals that have been set by the board.
What are the kinds of things that you're passionate about?
What kind of things am I passionate about? I guess at this stage of my career, I'm passionate in giving back and working with people and helping. I sit on a bunch of different boards within the business. I still love to work with companies in my consultancy work and help them grow and help them. But I also do things on the personal side, whether it's political or city government or those kind of things, working and helping. And I've had a terrific career, and the industry's been great for me. So I get a kick out of giving back and helping people and watching them grow.